O'Neill Outside is presented by CVA. It's just a better gun.
Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neill Williams, and welcome to our program. A most unusual show today. Got an email from Frank in Virginia. He says he's watched this program over many years, learned a lot from my guests, but he wanted to know the most memorable hunts that I've had in the last few years. I've had a lot, and we're going to look at those today. Now, first of all, let's start off with this. Clay Shorthouse, my cameraman on this hunt, and the cameraman is always much more important than the hunter. We're in a ground blind in Texas, and only 20 yards away, two magnificent 150 class whitetails decide on a little scuffle. It's exciting. Very first hunt I want to show you happened in Kansas. Mike Honey is my cameraman, a real professional. Mike and I were at the end of a wheat field the prior day, and the deer came out like 400 yards away up at the other end. Well, I'm using a CVA muzzleloader, so that doesn't work. We went to a store and we purchased a big piece of burlap, had a little camo pattern on it, and we built a ground blind next to the tires of one of those big pivoting water wheels, you know, those irrigation wheels. And I soaked the burlap with Harmon's deer scent. A doe and two yearlings came out about 80 yards away, and they walked to within 12 yards of us. You could almost touch them. Boy, we were anchored looking down. And I peeked up, and he had stepped out 100 yards away, and now he's on my wall. Our first Kansas whitetail. Oh my goodness. Look what showed up. There's the man. How am I going to take a shot at him with those 6 eyes and those 3 noses right in front of me? This thing was about to fall apart. It wasn't going to last long. Oh my goodness, 20 feet. Well, I got lucky. And those 3 smaller deer moved around to my right. And it gave me about 1 minute in which to pull it off, and when he stops, he's 91 yards away. Was I nervous? Kinda. But I think I've got enough gun. I'm certain I have enough gun. See what you think. Got him. So from a first Kansas whitetail, he's taken it at 91 yards, CVA 45 caliber, using a 225 grain arrow tip power belt bullet in 3 50 grain Pyrodex pellets. And he never took another step. I'm real proud.
O'Neill Outside, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors. Loyal Pet Food for a lifetime. and XGO, the first layer of defense.
I, Jackknife Jed, do leave it my barred rifle to the next thing that finds it. Yours truly, Jackknife Jed. Yes! A CVA Acura!
Are you ready to go grab life by the gills? Maybe take a road trip to a place with no roads. Would you like to make an investment you know will pay off? Then you belong at Bass Pro Shops, where great gear, great prices, and the great outdoors all meet up. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
I feed year-round for this one day. My payoff? The stuff of legends. Record Rack.
Each and every day, I'm very thankful for several things. Obviously, my family. I'm very proud of our employees at Realtree, and I cannot be more proud of these patterns, how they look, how they perform. There's so many elements in a camo pattern that has to work, and the pattern has to work up close, and then also at mid-range and even further distances. Having some different inconsistent elements throughout a pattern and throw in the leaves and stuff on top, it really makes the pattern work. We set the bar pretty high with high standards, you know, all of us at Realtree.
Guys, before your next hunt, 3 letters I want you to remember. XGO. Why? Because temperatures can swing wildly during the day. So pick the XGO base layer that fits your conditions. And if you sweat, it dries quickly and has AG47 silver, so it won't stink. XGO is used by our military in some of the coldest places on earth. It will work for you. Get yours at proxgo.com outdoors. In response to a viewer's request, we're taking a look at O'Neill's most memorable hunts. Take a look at this guy back here. First, Oklahoma whitetail, the largest scoring whitetail I've ever taken. It was a 167. And it was an exciting hunt. Clay Shorthouse is my cameraman, most important. I was using a CVA interchangeable barrel rifle. I was using a .270 caliber. And what made it so exciting, among other things, is that I was hunting with Dick Kirby. He was just below me there at the stand, and he grunted in this whitetail across a 250-acre field. Wow, heart-pounding action. Watch. Holy heck. Hey. Hey, hey. Dick Kirby grunted in a buck. I didn't see him. He came straight over that field right there, came right to the grunt call. He looks like a nice deer way outside the ears. I shot him at just about 70 yards, and he ran and he fell right there. So, man, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Let's go over there. We'll see. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's got to be 20 inches wide. That's the biggest ever. You marvelous. What a job, man. Oh, man. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Did you get this one?
No, I didn't. 21. No, I didn't see that.
He's got to be
4 and a half, 5 years old.
Oh yeah, look at the bases on him.
Yes, sir. I like the chocolate-colored horns, antlers, don't you? We're taking a look at O'Neill's most memorable hunts at the request of a viewer. Take a look behind me there, that whitetail, that's 165. I took him from Texas. And you know, I almost always use a muzzleloader, and gives me the opportunity to tell you about this one. This is an Acura MR, and it has the nitride barrel. Now, what in the world is that? Well, it goes through a salt bath, I suppose you might say, and it super hardens the metal inside and out. It lasts and lasts and is super slick and super accurate. Now, I took that deer with a muzzleloader, as I said. My cameraman is Walter Copeland. We had spotted a really giant deer at about 400 yards. That wasn't going to work, so we set up a blind, and the big guy didn't walk out, but he did. Got him. Stick with the one on the left.
Stick with the one on the left.
Yeah. You got him.
I have him.
You got him?
Yes, sir.
Right, come with me. Takes us up in the hill country. Got a sticker. He's a 12. What do you think? 150? Something like that?
What do you got here,
Yeah, yeah. What do you think?
I think
150?
I'll say he's gonna go 160 or better. I still think mine's a little bigger.
Yeah, you got one over here.
That's pretty right there.
We'll take the back straps out. I'm real proud of it. 88 yards.
Good shot.
My pleasure. You betcha. Good job. Good job all around. Thank you. I'm glad you got to see this.
More hunting after this tip from Conus.
Do you use deer calls when you're whitetail hunting? Well, you should, but here's a surprising recommendation. What is that? Well, let me just say, first of all, I've used a grunt call. I grunted in a 167. Or really, I didn't. Dick Kirby did. He was an expert. It's my judgment that with turkey calls, duck calls, and grunt calls, you do it too often and too loud. You fall in love with the sound of your call. Now, here's a call I want you to try this year. It's foolproof. What is it? It's a doe bleat. Short bleats is when a doe is keeping track of her fawn. A long, louder bleat is when the doe is in estrus and she wouldn't mind having some bucks around. When he grunts back, he's saying, I hear you, and I'm coming over to make friends. You can't go wrong with a doe bleat. Try it out this year. And that's your Conus hunting tip of the week.
Hi.
We need this to tell my science project.
I do it all, Tundra. Good timing. Our annual clearance event only happens once a year.
We built a shuttle.
A shuttle?
Yeah, carbon fiber wings, it works. Better get an A.
You mean he better get an A?
That's what I said. Agree to disagree.
Hurry in now to Toyota's annual clearance event and get 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2014 Toyota Tundra with available $2,000 XP package discount.
It's gonna be great for my shuttle.
My shuttle.
Toyota, let's go places.
This portion of O'Neill Outside is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Georgia Power, official energy partner of you. Cass Creek, you can't get more real than Cass Creek. And the Georgia Department of Economic Development. Visit exploregeorgia.org and discover the unexpected.
Now, the next hunting memory is not much of a hunt, really. I was in Alapaha, Georgia. It's a hog hunt. And we were leaving the property. It's along a river there in South Georgia. And I looked over to the left. We had the truck all packed up and everything. I looked over into an old dry pond bed, and I saw what looked like a hippopotamus walking through there. I said, wow, that's a hog. We ran the truck up into the woods and walked back down quietly to the pond, and you could see this back of this huge thing walking just inside the pond, and it stepped out 30 yards. When I cleaned the hog later, I weighed it, and it pegged the scales out at 400, just bang, you know, pegged it out, 400 pounds. It was somewhere around 500. And to connect the story a little bit, this hog came from the same general area along the river as Hogzilla. Remember that a few years ago? Well, that's the hunt for you, the hunt that it was. I will tell you this, that when I'm hog hunting, which is rarely more than about a 30 or 40 yard shot, I use a huge power belt bullet. Now that hunt and this package right here is a 348 grain bullet. I will often use a bullet over 400 grains. It's like hitting them with a great big rock. That's the biggest boar I ever killed. Man, hunting with a muzzleloader, let me tell you, there's a lot to be said for hog hunting because you can hunt all year long. And with a muzzleloader, you need to get relatively close, 180, 150, 30 yards. Wow.
Now, let's join O'Neill for this week's outdoor cooking recipe.
Overnight wild boar casserole. Good use of the wild boar, and it beats just putting it on the grill. Now the Big Green Egg is at 350 degrees. I have a Dutch oven here, and I've browned the meat, and I've used Viva Caliente on it. Now, if I can keep from burning myself alive, I'm gonna take out the meat. It's been browning in butter, and I have some other things to do to it, and I'll tell you all about it. Milk, cream of mushroom soup, it's a good start, isn't it? Macaroni uncooked, and then put it in the pan. Now we put it in the refrigerator overnight, as in overnight, wild boar casserole. I'll add cheese later, and you're gonna love it. I'll show it to you tomorrow. Overnight wild boar casserole. I can't wait till you taste this. Want the recipe? O'NeillOutside.com, BigGreenEgg.com, outdoors. Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience.
For over 30 years, I've been blessed to call the great outdoors my office. And you know, I've seen tons of products come and go, but only a handful have impacted the way I hunt, like my Thermacell mosquito repellent. Thermacell creates a 15 by 15 foot zone of protection from mosquitoes, black flies, and other flying insects. But most importantly, Thermacell doesn't spook my game. Now I can concentrate on the hunt and not the bugs. Thermacell's a game changer that's revolutionized the way I hunt.
For precision shooting, O'Neill relies on Kona scopes. The Konus Pro 550 long range and the 275 black powder scopes have a ballistic reticle and are calibrated with the most popular centerfire and black powder loads. Plus, lateral points compensate for crosswinds. Konus Pro scopes are famous for the durable engraved reticle system and the Konus lifetime replacement warranty. Konus Pro 550s and 275s. Shoot like a pro. Konus, watch your game.
This is the Aerolite, our newest premium power belt bullet. Designed for maximum performance at moderate velocities, they're perfect for standard loads at any distance or magnum loads at long distance. The 250 grain power belt Aerolite, just one of over 40 different power belts. To find out which one's best for your gun, game, load, and distance, go to powerbeltbullets.com. Power Belt, America's #1 muzzleloading bullet.
Hey neighbor, heard you took another Big 10 point on your place.
Yep, got him coming to my upper food plot.
Dang, we both plant fields, but you've got the deer. What's your secret?
I plant Whitetail Institute products. Couldn't say.
The Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results.
O'Neill here to tell you about the Grill Grate. It's a new cooking surface for all grills, and you need one. Grill Grate panels sit on top of your grill. The bottom prevents charring flare-ups, while the valleys keep your juices sizzling and it never rusts. Grill Grate's perfect for fish, hamburgers, and steak. Nothing sticks. The Grate tool is amazing. 4 years in a row, the World Championship Steak Cook-Off was won using Grill Grates. Take it from O'Neill, the Grill Grate really works.
There's more O'Neill Outside coming up. But first, let's thank our sponsors. Kona Scopes and Spotting Scopes. Watch your game. Grill Grate. Better grilling by design. The Food Saver Game Saver Vacuum Sealing System. The Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results. And Thermacell. Take back the outdoors.
Time for the CVA guest book this week from Dickie Caudle in Mesa, Arizona. He and his son watch O'Neill Outside together, and his son Wyatt wanted to know, how many cameramen do you use and how do you keep them quiet? Are they sitting beside you? Wyatt, I'm telling you, these guys are not hunters, nor are they fishermen. I usually have two, and the camera's shaking. They won't stop talking. They're laughing and giggling. No, all kidding aside, they're professional camera people. I pay them enormous amounts of money, but they are fine companions on the show. They are professionals. If you would like to win a CVA Wolf model muzzleloader, like Wyatt just did, go to O'NeillOutside.com, the CVA guest book. If we use your comment on the air, CVA will send you the rifle. Wyatt's going to enjoy his. So what do you say? Why don't you and a buddy and O'Neill will go fishing? We'll stay at the fabulous Ocean Lodge Hotel. It's wonderful. We'll go to St. Simon's Island. We'll go fishing with Mark Noble. We'll catch great big redfish and we'll shoot a show together. How do you enter? Go to XGO Outdoors Facebook page. I hope you've enjoyed our little trip down memory lane at the request of a viewer. But I do want to say this. You know, once you pull the trigger, the hunt's over. It's not about the hunt. It's not about the kill. It's about going and doing and learning and experiencing it. I got this idea for what we'll call the two-shot tom hunt because Travis, when we were picking these, Travis said, that's the one you talk about the most. So let's see. Scott Sawyers, my cameraman, excellent hunter, excellent caller. We were in Texas, and we were walking back in. He called, he got a response. He called, he got a second response. The turkey is on the way. It was a Rio. We just sat over in some grass, maybe a foot tall, up against a little sapling, and the turkey came into 45 yards and stopped. I was using a CVA muzzleloader. I shot and missed. Turkey jumps high up in the air. He lands on the ground. Scotty called. He purred. The turkey went back into strut. I reloaded in plain sight. I lost my primer in the tall grass. I'm on my hands and knees searching for it. I find it, put it in the muzzleloader, and shoot the turkey. The two-shot tom. It's exciting. You watch, and I'll see you guys next week.
Oh man, what an idiot. I missed him clean. Stay right there now. He's not leaving, he's staying right there. That was a hard-won bird, I gotta tell you. A Rio Grande, West Texas. Gosh, that's about a 10-inch beard right there. 1-inch spurs. See what his fan looks like here. Well, he's a full-grown gobbler, isn't he? This is a two-shot bird. 2 shots. That's what it took for O'Neill to get him.